Joining us this morning is Kelly Clark, Marketing and Communication Specialist with Titusville Area Hospital. Good morning, Kelly. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Luke. How are you today?
I am great. Yourself?
Good.
You brought in a special guest today.
I did. This is Heather Hunter. She's the new athletic trainer that works for the hospital and also works with the Titusville School District. So welcome,
Heather, good morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
No problem.
It's hard to believe we're like a full month into the fall sports season and halfway through the football season this week. You've got volleyball, cross country, boys and girls soccer. There's just a lot happening. So before we get into all of that, Heather, let's learn about who you are. Tell us about yourself.
So grew up in Union City. I'm a sort of local native. Otherwise, went to Mercyhurst College, graduated there, and then worked at Penn State Barron for 10 and a half years. Did a little time at Cash, and now I'm at Titusville.
Wow.
So.
We have two kids at Barron right now. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're loving it.
It's a great little campus.
At what stage in your life did you know this was the direction you wanted to pursue?
It actually wasn't until close to the end of my senior year of high school. Just had a couple nagging injuries and spent a lot of time in the athletic training room. Just like being around sports, like the physical therapy side of it, but wanted to be on the field instead of in an office all day. So that kind of solidified my decision.
I assume you played sports?
I did.
What'd you play?
Yes. Cross country and track were my favorites, and then did a little softball and basketball as well.
Wow. What'd you do in track?
Actually did all three relays and
Wow.
then the 400.
Nice.
So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's funny, Kelly. A lot of time, like guests that you bring in, something in life inspires them to go into this kind of field or whatever work
Right.
they're into. It's fantastic.
Definitely, yeah. And someone that actually grew up around here and is able to come back and work within the community is really great also.
Yeah. What was that transition, being a bear and then having to be a rocket?
Well, I'm not sure so many people at home know. We keep that one quiet.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
want to start any rivals, but
Yeah.
no, it's been good. It's a good little town. It's been a lot of fun. Everyone's been really kind, and the hospital's been great. So
That's
it's made
fantastic.
it really easy.
So talk about the day-to-day. What happens, because I assume things are taking place prior to a start of a game or even back when practices were getting underway. I'm sure you were involved. I think it's more than just being at the game, right?
Yes. Yep. So normal day is at the end of school, they have a directed learning period. If there's some kids that need checked out or anyone that has some injuries we know about, they come down to the athletic training room. We get them doing some rehab, get them ready for practice. From there, it's just kind of visiting any teams that need some attention before their practices start, and then trying to get whichever field I need to go to or the gym. A lot of running around, but Craig's been great communicating, getting everything figured out where we need to go. From there, it's if there's a game, any pre-practice or any pre-game tapings that need done, any nagging injuries that came up, meeting with the other team, figuring out if they need anything. So a lot of busy work, but
Well, it's great to see you in action. And last night, for example, I think a Corey player went down in boys soccer. I mean, and you were like sprinting right out. I mean, you're right there. And Kelly, this might be the overall conversation, how quickly the needs are addressed from the field to aftercare. So if it's a more severe injury, what's in place at Titusville Area Hospital? What's in place with your partner at Meadville Medical Center? Like the whole sports department is incredible. Just the rehab department is incredible.
Yes, and that is such a really vital link to the sports program is Heather. Heather works for us, but she's also contracted through the Titusville School District. So she has access to everything that we do. So she can say this would be a good fit for you. Kai Skinner is running a concussion program through the physical therapy office. Dr. Gates, our orthopedic surgeon, and Andrew Gunn are at Titusville Area Hospital on a full-time basis. And we also have OAM, which Dr. Gates is a part of at Meadville. So it's really just a tie to all of those different services and being able to recommend those and see what's going to fit for each kiddo based on their injury and what their needs are.
And we've talked before, the response, I mean, and you, as a whole, high schools across Northwest Pennsylvania are filled with people like Heather who are making sure our athletes are taken care of. But how quickly an athlete can bounce back today versus 20, 30 years ago is absolutely amazing. Heather, do you see a lot of common injuries across the sports, or when it comes to football versus soccer versus volleyball, there's specific injuries you see more of during those specific sports?
Yeah, it really depends on the season. Ankle sprains are pretty common across anything. But usually volleyball is going to be a lot more upper body, just with the swinging. Football can really be anything depending what they're doing.
Right.
So there's some common ones, but for the most part, any day could be anything.
Does that make it part of the excitement of the job, though, is every day is different? You're covering a different sport every night, or sometimes multiple sports in a night.
It does make it exciting. There's always something new. You're not stuck doing one thing every day. You're at volleyball 1 second, and the next second you're out watching soccer, back to football. So it's busy, but keeps it interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure the phone is maybe ringing quite a bit, even for the littlest thing, right? We just want to make sure this person's okay, and I'm sure the coaches are also excited because they're like, if they're good, we want them back out on the court or on the field. So I'm sure you're like getting messages like, I'll be right there, I'm treating somebody.
Yes, get a lot of messages throughout the day, a lot of different locations where things are happening. So coaches have been great, really patient, understanding. I might be dealing with one injury at the field before I can get to the middle school, back up to the high school. They've also been great for return times and understanding they want their kid back. I'm going to do what's best for them, give them the time they need, give them the rehab, the exercises they need, and we'll get them back to playing. So,
one of the things that I know takes place is the conversation with coaches and with you. Is making sure that the athlete is really ready to be placed back on the field to play. Health, safety, that's priority number one. And I only bring that up because it's a big conversation this week with Tua and the Dolphins and his concussion, and it's like the 100th concussion he suffered. But at some point you're talking about, okay, how much more? And I know that's conversation, even at the high school level, when somebody's getting hurt repeatedly, it's like, okay, is this the right thing? So everybody's doing what's best for the student in this case, which is great. Well, Kelly, this is another great thing that the hospital is able to partner, in this case, with the school district, and just make sure our student athletes are taken care of.
Absolutely. And, like you were just talking about, safety is definitely the highest concern during sports, and that's why Heather's so important. We actually had a meeting at Oak Street Pediatrics, and it was really based on when is it safe to bring kids back, and what are the protocols, and just really getting all of the care, all the folks that are caring for these kids up to date on what those protocols are. So it's been really nice to have her and be able to work with everyone that's affiliated with the hospital.
Well, kind of going along those lines, the patient experience overall. Congratulations to Titusville Area Hospital. Talk a little bit about this.
We just received a 5-star rating from CMS, which is the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, for overall patient experience at our hospital. And so they look at a couple of different things for that. That is based on just, communication with the doctors or the nurses, the patient care overall, and just the quality of service. So those are all based on actual patient surveys that have been there.
Wow.
So really exciting.
Congratulations.
There's only 10 hospitals in all of Pennsylvania that received that 5-star rating.
That's incredible.
And we're one of them. So,
congrats, yay.
Yeah, so I know I come on here all the time and talk about all of the things that we're doing and what we're striving towards, and to really be able to back that up with the rating is kind of brings it full circle. So we're very happy to receive that.
A lot of work goes into that.
Yes, it does. We look at different things. Maybe we could score higher in, if we scored low in patient communication, we can look at those and change those processes if need be. And, it really gives you a layout of what to do to improve the services there. So,
Excellent. Well, congratulations.
thank you.
Also a big week, right? Rehab week?
Yes, it is rehab week. So this is just rehab. Yep, there's the whole crew. So a couple of folks missing in that photo, but we celebrate Rehabilitation Awareness Week and really just highlight the folks that are doing those very specific rehabs. So part of that is physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. And all of those services are offered at the hospital on an inpatient and outpatient basis. So it's a pretty big team when you put them all together. That happened this week.
That's fantastic. Great group of people.
Yes, very good. I'm sure if you looked at that picture that you see a lot of those folks in the community, coaching sports, doing different things for the youth. So not only really great for the hospital, but also for the community.
I've talked to people who've come out of any sort of rehab, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, I'm better, but I'd like to go back. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's almost like you could sell like a membership or something to have people come back and.
Yeah, we had to physically kick them out. You can't come here anymore. No. But and that's really the best feedback we can get is not even wanting to stop the therapy. So important, and they're part of the whole process as well of getting folks better. While they're inpatient, they may be seeing a physical therapist while they're in the hospital, or a speech therapist, or OT. So not only are they doing steps when they're out, they're also taking care of all of those patients when they're in.
Excellent. Also, Environmental Services Week took place recently.
Yes, that was last week, and we really just wanted to highlight that our housekeeping team takes care of our hospital. That is another part of the 5-star rating, is the cleanliness of the hospital. So they go above and beyond for us. They cover a lot of ground and do a fabulous job there. They're a really great team. So it was nice last week to remember them.
And again, as you said, extremely important. And so much effort has gone into just the overall improvement of the hospital. So as soon as you walk in, it's more inviting. It's a warmer experience, friendly, just brighter. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And then, of course, there's been the ER project and intensive care. I mean, there's a lot of effort going into just making it a much more inviting atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you mentioned the ICU. That project is our next big project that will be starting hopefully soon. We've already started fundraising for that, and it's kind of the last piece to our inpatient rooms on the second floor. We updated all of the inpatient rooms. So once we did that, then the intensive care unit didn't look quite as nice. So, that's kind of what keeps happening, is we redo one space and then we see another space. We're getting there. So by the time we're done with the last space, we'll have to start all over again.
Yeah, that's great. And, that's what happens in communities as well. When you do a facade program like what Titusville's doing, and one business improves their facade, and then their neighbor goes, okay, let's step it up. So that's great. The Daisy Award.
Yes, that is another patient-based survey that you can, as a patient, if you are in the hospital and you have exceptional care from a nurse. This award is specific to nurses that are caring for patients. So if you have recently been in the hospital, you can go it's on our website, it's on our Facebook page. You can go to the Daisy Award website and you can nominate a nurse. And what happens then is they get nominated to win a Daisy Award. And it's quite a big ceremony, and it's really just an honor for them to be nominated and recognized for the care that they're giving. And it just goes one extra step of showing that what we do matters. So
That's great.
if anyone's interested in going on and nominating, like I said, anyone that has cared for them in the hospital, you can go and do that directly online. There's a lot of other information on there about the award that you can take a look at. It's pretty neat.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
please do that.
Yes, please do that.
You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel. Well, Heather, back to you for a moment. You hear all this great stuff happening. Did that play any role in deciding to take the position here?
It did. Holly and Bethany were two of the people I dealt with most when I was applying, and they had nothing but good things to say about the hospital, kind of updating everything that was happening. Just a great little community, and they really take good care of their employees, and just very kind.
And you kind of mentioned this when we first came on, but just the chance to come down and use your experience, what you've learned, and apply it to multiple sports, boys and girls, men, women. I mean, it's just across the board. It seems like this is a challenge you were looking forward to taking on.
Yeah, it a little bit different than where I had previously come from, but it's good. It's a good change. Kids are great across the board. Different personalities keeps the day interesting, but it's very, very rewarding getting to work with them and see their progress and watch them achieve their goals.
That has to, and one that comes to mind is Jackson Koval, who broke the rushing record last week. I know that, it has to be exciting to kind of step back and just say, hey, I know that person. And to be part of that process of making sure that everybody's healthy and ready to go for game time. Or, as we talked about, during the game, if something happens, pull them off, look at them, and if they're good to go, get them back out there playing.
Yeah, it is fun. It's also it's nice to see how they are behind the scenes. Jackson specifically, great kid, very humble.
Yeah.
So it is nice to see their accomplishments and be able to just brag to people about it and say, hey, this is what this kid did, and so it's fun.
I know, here we are towards the end of September, and cramping is still a thing. I mean, it's been warm out there. Any tips for the student athletes?
Yes, I pick on them all the time, tell them they need to stretch. Other thing is just hydration, making sure they're not only drinking enough during the day, but replenishing the fluids that they lose during activity. Tell them to eat their bananas, get their potassium in it.
I was going to ask about that.
And
you said bananas, not donuts?
Donuts are great too, but bananas are going to help a little bit more.
Okay. I was thinking, Kelly, maybe we should
Right.
go to the bananas. Yeah, that's fantastic. Again, that's just little things. The preparation for the athlete to get ready for game time, right? Is little things like that.
Yep.
Well, Kelly, what's next? What's coming up here in the rest of September, October?
The rest of September, we have a lot of really great weeks that we celebrate throughout the year. October is always special because it is breast cancer awareness. So if one thing that we do at the hospital is we offer free mammograms for anyone that does not have insurance or is underinsured, can't afford it for whatever reason. We have a program through the hospital that you can get free mammograms. So that is something that we really stress during October, just because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. However, you can go through that program anytime. I am actually the contact for it because it is a foundation-based program. We get a lot of donations towards that program through the foundation, and that's what supports that throughout the year. So
if somebody doesn't have a primary care physician, or they haven't been for a while because insurance or whatever reason, they can contact you directly.
They can contact me directly, yes, and I can get them set up to receive a free mammogram and the steps that they have to go through that. It's not really that rigorous. It's not that hard. Yes, so definitely we can facilitate that.
And I'm not sure if everybody understands too. The technology has changed, and there's been investment in the technology.
Yes, we got a new mammogram system not that long ago. I'm thinking maybe 6 years ago. But yes, our mammography is top notch at the hospital. And if there is an issue, if an issue is found and maybe an ultrasound is required, that fund also pays for the follow-up ultrasound if more diagnostic testing is needed.
Okay, so please get it done.
Yes, please get it done in October or whenever.
Yeah.
But if you come in October, we do the imaging team puts together a table, and they have giveaways that are just talk about breast cancer awareness. So just some incentive just to come in and get checked out.
What's the number they can call for that?
For the program, you can call me directly. It's 814-827-1060.
Heather, as people are attending sporting events, are they able to say hi to you?
If they bring maybe some donuts, that would be a good day.
Excellent.
Yeah, it is nice to meet people and just become familiar with them. So always happy to say hello.
I know you talk to the coaches a lot. Do you have interaction with the parents? I would assume you do when it comes to the care of the athletes.
Yeah. So anytime a kid gets an injury during one of their sports, trying to make sure we're staying in contact with the parents just so they're up to date. Takes the worry out of the equation. Give them some steps on what they can do, whether they need to be referred to the hospital. So it's good.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Heather, Kelly, good to see you this morning. Thanks for your time.
Good to see you.
Great
Thank you.
information as always. Congratulations on the 5-star rating as well. So
Thank you.
Always great things happening.
Always.
And if
Yeah.
folks want to learn more, they can go to the website, Facebook page.
Yep, they can go to our website, TitusvilleHospital.com. You can go to our Facebook page. There's a link right on our hospital page for that. Yeah, we're easy to find.
Excellent. Thanks. Good to see you. Thanks for
Good
coming
to
in.
see you, Luke. Thank you.